what is going on, guys? Welcome back to an episode of Let's Talk. Now, the last time I did a video, I looked back on my videos and I realized that I was doing it in out of order. So this is going to be episode 5, and sometime later on tonight, I'm going to be doing episode 6 in the future. So that way, I could put the episodes in the correct order in my playlist. So that way, you guys can see what I'm talking about. So before I get into today's topic, if you're new to this channel, be sure to subscribe, comment, and follow me on Instagram as I go through a few things that I've noticed online on Instagram, and you guys know what I'm going to be talking about from here. Hey, what's up? Hey, what's up, Broken Empire? How you doing? By the way, those of you who channel, I follow you guys back, just so you know. All right, so let's get into today's topic. I don't know if y'all were unaware of the new Venom pic. I recently just saw it on Instagram and it looks absolutely beautiful and stunning. Like, you would know how much this movie is gonna blow the box office minds because of the way the CGI looks and the eyes matches his facial expressions. And I think, to me, this movie is gonna, change people's minds on Venom. And you know what? In my opinion, this CGI and the way that Venom looks incredible. Do you like the new? You like the new Venom pick, but I say Rant. I'm gonna do that in a few minutes. Well, first, let's stay positive on Venom pick. It's something about the Venom pic that just speaks. It screams Venom. You know, the way that it looked in the comics. Ever since Disney brought Marvel franchise, they've been doing a numerous good jobs on the films. Yes, there was some films are not perfect, but they are way better than the other films that came out in the past. You know what I'm saying? So the Venom movie comes out in October, which you guys know that I will be talking about it. What's up, Fox87? I'm glad you're back. I'm back too. But after seeing the Venom pic, I had to make the video because y'all know I love Venom. Venom is one of my favorite anti-heroes in the Spider-Man universe. And I like the way his teeth look, his jaw looks, the eyes. They look exactly like how it is in the comics. I know the official trailer came out a couple months ago. I did a reaction on that. Y'all seen my video of that. The way that he smiles, his eyes kind of went like this. When he was talking like this, because when you talk, your eyes move in different directions, up and down. Well, that because I'm starting over with my last talk because remember in my video when I said that I look back in my videos and I realized I made a few mistakes because I missed 2 episodes and out of order. So when I do episode 6 later on today, I'm gonna make sure that once I'm finished with those episodes, I'm gonna put them. I'm gonna replace some of the episodes from my playlist and put them in a correct order. So make sure it starts from episode 1 to episode 10. So just make sure it's right. Hey, what's up, Brendan? How you doing? By the way, I subbed you. I don't know if I subscribe to your channel as well. So maybe. Okay. So getting back to the Venom part. The way that Eddie Brock morphed into Venom with the symbiotes, and the way that it just crawls up in your skin, the way that he talks, bruh, you cannot tell me this movie is gonna fail. It's not gonna fail. It's gonna be just like the MCU movies. It's gonna be great because when critics love it, like Rotten Tomatoes love Marvel films, when it's done right, it's done right. But for some reason, this is what I'm going to get to my rant part here. Every time I go on social media and I see what people have to say about films, yes, it's okay to express your opinion, but you don't need to say it in an angry manner. I said if you really hate, despise the movie because what? You expected everything to be just like in the comics? You know, the cheesy whatever. Well, it's not cheesy, but Hollywood know exactly what they're doing. They have comic book stores in Hollywood, so why do you want them to be exactly from the comics? If it's based off the comics, that means it's about them. It ain't about you fans. So I go on Instagram, right, and I see a bunch of narcissistic, you know what I'm saying, narcissistic fanboys that I see. Brandon, there was a troll on here earlier. Yeah, I know you're talking about it. Our Peter Parker got to be on that. Look, I'm gonna talk about that too. Just because they make it a Venom movie does not mean Spider-Man has to be in it. It is the origin story of how Venom became to be, not when Spider-Man was in it. Are you people delusional or something, or are you just looking for something to complain about and always want things your way just because you've seen the new Venom movie in the trailer? I feel like to me, you know, the fans of the Marvel universe are so unsatisfied with anything they came out with, are the ones that they think they know what's best. They think they know how to do it better than Hollywood. And I know in my past videos I talked about the Power Rangers and the Ninja Turtles movies and stuff. I was right about the Michael Bay films, how they're all just failed, and the Power Rangers movies being filled with politics in it. That was a reason to rant and complain about that. But in certain films and Marvel films or whatever, like Venom, stuff like that, that's coming out in a few months, knowing that it hasn't even come out yet, and yet people want to find something to complain about, and they once again they think they know what's best, you know, for a franchise, that they think they know anything. I mean, come on. You people complain about the CGI being too much, and yet you didn't complain about Spider-Man suit being CGI. You didn't complain about the Incredible Hulk being CGI, and yet you're complaining about Venom. I feel like you people just don't know when to just chill. It drives me crazy to know that a franchise like the Marvels of the MCU, aka the Marvel Cinematic Universe, they are doing better jobs than the DCU will ever be, because right now the DCU is struggling. They're dying. But I feel like Venom, to me, it's gonna blow everybody's mind. The story, the plot, the action, and how Venom came to be. And I've seen people drawing Venom. That should tell you something of how much the trailer had an impact on the fans. And can you imagine how the film is going to have an impact on the fans as well? So if you're so busy complaining about the Venom film, why don't you do it yourself? If you can do a better job than Sony. Yes, they are a terrible company for Spider-Man and Venom or whatever though, but you gotta give them credit for what they're doing with Venom. But my thing is with the fanboys out there who are just too busy crying about, you know, the CGI and everything, how it's not the Venom. And no, one person commented said that I hope the fans don't enjoy this movie because it's gonna fail. Guys, I'm trying not to go off right now, but I feel like the people who are so busy complaining about this, they're the ones that have no brains. Why would you wish on the fans? Why would you wish them to not enjoy the movie when knowing that it hasn't even came out yet? That doesn't really make any sense. Please explain that to me. Why would you want to say that? Why would you wish that on the fans? It's not right. Let them enjoy the movie first. You can't judge a book by its cover. Jesus, man. I mean, I know I ranted about, the new Ninja Turtles cartoon that's coming out this year. I had a right to complain about it because the one thing is look stupid. So I'm being smart with my senses. Certain things I like, certain things I don't like. There's a difference. But the way that you're going at it on social media, I feel like you just despising, you just going off in anger because you're angry because it's nothing like you expected. Well, when it comes to the CGI of the film, what did you people expect? I mean, what do you want out of this Venom movie? The CGI, it's already been done. What's done is done. There's nothing you can do about it. Hollywood is already doing their thing with Venom. It's coming out in October, so just shut up and just enjoy the movie. Shoot, man. I feel like you want to know what's crazy to me? No matter how many times we express our opinions, especially with certain shows and certain things that we don't like, I feel like everybody wants to come at you and expect you to kiss their booties and agree with them, feel how they feel. Nah. But I will tell you this. There was this I don't know if y'all heard of Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, the TV show. David Fielding, who plays Zordon in Power Rangers series, right? So he was on Facebook and he posted a comment says, "Stop calling the cops on black people." And what he was saying is that there has been so many video recordings of, of white people calling the cops on black people for all the wrong reasons and all the stupid reasons whatsoever. And some people agree with that, but there was this one person who was calling him out, for trying to give facts and try to get us to deal with it in a different situation, in a different way. And he was calling David Fielding out for giving his expressions, his opinions on the current issue, what's going on right now with white people calling the cops on us for no reason. You're calling the cops on us because we're barbecuing in the park. You're calling the cops on us because, for what reason? Then they show a lady who owned some company. She called the cop on a girl for selling water on the stands or whatever. Because number one, that girl was raising money, to go to Disneyland. And you're gonna call the cops on her because of that? And then on top of that, to make matters worse, I was watching, I think, YouTube or Instagram, when some white lady in the Bronx or New York City called the cops on. No, she was about to call the police on black people, but they completely owned her. They shut her down. They made her think twice about calling the cops on niggas like us. So that should basically tell you something. We're just like anybody else that is trying to enjoy life, try to enjoy the world without you people calling the cops on us for no reason. And then just an hour ago, I noticed also when the people in Oregon or Ohio or Orlando or whichever state there is, buffering. What's my stream? Oh well, if it is, then my apologies. Oh yeah, getting back to the current issue. So they pulled the lady over because she was a hairdresser promoter or something because she was late for work. So they pulled her over because she was beating. Oh well, I'm sorry. I think it's probably because of my internet connection. Well, my internet connection. You know how it is though. We get streams up, but it's yeah. Um, Yeah, I think it's probably the Wi-Fi connection, but yeah. So, anyways, they pulled her over because she was speeding on the road because it was raining outside. It was raining all day, and the police was those female police officers were very relentless. They were being mean to her. You know, they was say they were not taking it easy on her whatsoever. So they did this little stupid thing when you flip a coin. If it's tails, they'll let you go. If it's heads, they will have to arrest you. So she broke down crying and everything. But once the police department saw what happened, those officers turned in their badge and their guns. They suspended them. But if it were me, I would definitely fire them because that's not what you were trained for. You don't use your abuse of power on people. It's one thing of pulling them over on the road for speeding tickets, but you don't have to be so relentless on them though. That's why people like us hate the police because of how they, treat people and how they do their job. You don't need, you know what? Here's the thing: you don't need to have three, four, five police cars on one black person because of they're speeding and you're pulling them over because what? You're you're giving them a search warrant. Like you don't have a warrant. If you don't have a warrant, then you don't have the right to search for that individual's car. You just can't do that. So yeah, I think to me the internet bullies that are complaining about one thing need to realize that what's done is done. The Venom movie is already been made. The CGI is what it is. I loved it. I love it. I think it looks exactly like Venom, like how it's supposed to be. Unlike that Venom from that crappy 2007 Spider-Man movie that I saw. Don't even bother talking about it because it sucks. It was too many simios. It was too many CGI. Like it. I'm telling you, the Venom movie was a hot mess. I highly recommend y'all not to talk about it or look at it. It's terrible. Uh, Hold on. Let me ask you a question. I watch Advice shows TV where this one white lady got fired for calling the police on black people for the. That's true. People make no sense. It's sad. It is really, really sad, And sorry, my voice is cracking though, but it's just it's wrong. It's wrong. What's your favorite movie you ever seen? Um, to tell you the truth, in the past, when I was a child, there was this movie called Near Dark. It's kind of like a vampire flick from 1987. When I first seen it as a child on VHS, I was trying to figure out what the movie was about because I was just watching it just to watch it because I just love anything about the movie. So, and about 2 years ago, I rewatched the movie on demand. I was about to say Netflix because I don't have Netflix. I watched it on demand on Xfinity. It's not there anymore. I'm pretty bummed because that was one of my two gold movies of all time in 2016 because I fell in love with the movie because it was there. I remember the movie very well. I know the plot very well, which I will do a review of that very soon. I know the storylines well. I know what the characters' names, some of them, because I've seen the movie like 1,000 times, and every day, listen, I watch the film day and night. I love it. I just love Near Dark because it's one of my favorite movies of all time. And for a 1987 film, that's the film, that's the type of film that you want to go back and look on. And if you already have the DVD of the movie, great, go for it. I highly recommend y'all to check it out because this movie will take you back to your childhood, man, like I did. I wasn't born in the 80s. I was born in 1981. I mean in 1991. So I was aware of it at the time. Back when I was living in Brandywine Street. When I saw the movie, it was awesome. Near Dark. The name of the movie is called Near Dark. It's not on demand anymore, but I mean, I believe they have it online when you could buy it from Amazon. So or Near Dark, Near. That's near. Dark is Dark. That's Near Dark. So just to make sure, um, so that and also Total Recall, the Arnold Schwarzenegger movie. Um, no problem, man. No problem. No problem. Um, I love Total Recall because it has so many references from the Sega Genesis video games like Streets of Rage, Golden Axe, and E-SWAT. Um, this movie, let me tell you something. Total Recall movie has so many references from the classic Sega Genesis games. I've already said it, and I'm gonna say it again. The part when Quaid was going up the scale, it kind of reminded me of the Streets of Rage level 7 Violent Breathing when you had to throw the people off the elevator. That's what the thing reminded me of. And when you meet the final boss, the guy who basically owned planet Mars. I think to me, Total Recall is like one of my favorite movies growing. Well, not growing up, but I wasn't even sure when I saw it. But I mean, 2 years ago I saw it, and I couldn't stop watching it because I love it. I was watching it every single day and night because it was that freaking awesome. And I kind of miss watching it on demand because it's no longer free. It's for rent. I'm mad about that, but it is what it is. So, in my honest opinion, though, I feel like Total Recall and Near Dark are one of my favorite films from the 80s. And um, I haven't really, watched any movies this year because some of them were basically terrible in my opinion. So if I had money to go to the movie theaters one day and see what I want to see, I wanted to see the Avengers Infinity War, but I didn't have any money though. But as long as the people loved it, that's all that matters. And I was going to do a review of it this year, but I just couldn't do it due to a certain time. So I'll tell you what. If I don't know, man. I mean, I don't know when I'm gonna do a review of the Infinity War thing, but maybe sooner or later. But we'll have to see. We'll have to see. All right. So the Venom rants. it's out of the way. Let's talk WWE. Why I heard that Raw and SmackDown has the lowest viewership in a week, especially Raw, because Raw has been a lot recently. A lot recently. I feel like, to me, Raw doesn't want to get any better. Last year, I did a rant on Raw going back to 2 hours in 2019. So why wait 2 years for that? But since it's 2018 already, next year 2019 comes, they'll probably go back to 2 hours, probably, like, whatever. I don't know. But Raw needs to get its ish together before. No, they haven't gotten their ish together because, number one, they lost a lot of fans. The viewership has been pretty low. The only thing I like about Raw is Seth Rollins, and that's it. But for SmackDown has been pretty terrible. If you go off this, if you search off the script channel, he does everything from Raw, NXT, a lot of wrestling companies. He does it. The more you watch his videos, the more you realize Raw sucks. SmackDown sucks. They barely did anything right. But I feel like since Road Dogg has returned, it's down. It's back to being downhill, straight up. So to me, both Raw and SmackDown has been pretty terrible. And I'm gonna tell you something. 2 years ago, SmackDown was really fun to watch. It was a lot better than Raw and SmackDown. I mean, Raw. I'm sorry, Raw. SmackDown has been pretty great because the ratings were going crazy. They beat the crap out of Raw every single week because Shane McMahon was on SmackDown, and he was a better manager than Stephanie and Triple H would ever be. That's the truth. And yes, I am calling shots. Not really though, but still. I'm gonna say this though. In the beginning of last year of SmackDown, I was a fan. But as of recently, I noticed how downward spiral SmackDown has been going down because of the writing staff and the creative team. Road Dogg needs to go. He's a terrible part of SmackDown. And I'm hearing rumors that Paul Heyman is going to be writing backstage for 2 main events of WrestleManias. 2 WrestleManias. Yeah, this company, I don't know. SmackDown sucks, straight up. There's one guy on YouTube called Bobby Trash. Wow, really? TNA was better than both this week. I don't know, man. TNA kind of sucks to me right now because every week I look at that channel, I'm look at that show, the crowd seems just dead to me. The crowd is dead. This company looks dead. Ever since, Donald Trump became president, I feel like more and more of wrestling shows are becoming more PG. Not like what WWE is doing. Because the WWE is basically like Power Rangers 2.0. The campiness, the queeniness, the goofiness, the cheesiness, and above all, the laziness. Just like Power Rangers, WWE is exactly like that. Especially when it comes to the Fag Day. And y'all know which group I'm talking about. And you know what? I keep knowing to say how they keep doing this stupid pancake challenge every week on SmackDown. Nobody wants to see the crappy pancake stuff on SmackDown. What we're here for is wrestling in action, not no crappy stuff the New Day or the Fad Day are doing. And I feel like, to me, what they're doing are they're I think every wrestler on WWE is basically are their characters in real life. So the wrestlers in real life are exact same thing as their characters. And I'm noticing a lot. There was this one spot where Rich Swann was looking for a frog splash for Sammy Callahan, and one of the semi partners was on the other side of the ring, and he caught Swain in the cutter. I mean, I don't know if it was TNA or Ring of Honor or NXT, but that right there, what you said, Broken Empire, sounds like something that was an amazing moment. And I'm telling you, wrestling, okay, that makes sense. It sounds legit, but nowadays wrestling is just not good to watch, and don't even watch SmackDown on Raw because my friend keeps constantly calling me about Raw and SmackDown. You know that I don't watch wrestling like I used to because of the stuff that's going on. He still watch wrestling. I don't. So, if y'all enjoyed this episode, be sure to subscribe, comment. You already know what to do. Click on the notification and follow me on Instagram as well. I'm your host, Devin Hughes, Reacts 2. Peace out.